Let's talk about Supergirl. Now, this was a movie that's been hyped as a summer blockbuster. Hey, man, this is coming off after Superman, and we got the new Supergirl. There's a little bit of controversy around here. Remember that she said, hey, Supergirl may be a little gay, the actress who plays Supergirl over there. There was a little bit of hype behind this until people actually saw the film. And even Grace Randolph likes everything. And is the epitome of the YouTube show, does not like Supergirl. Did not like it. An epic failure on the level of Birds of Prey, Thor, Love and Thunder, and dare I say it, Snow White. That is quite a statement right there. An epic failure on the scale of Snow White. Variety didn't like it. A super horrendous comic book movie with the worst script I can remember. Reads that is quite a statement right there. James Gunn said he wasn't going into production on any movie until the script was rock solid. For that was the overriding problem with superhero overkill era. The films had lousy scripts, which served as grids for layered visual effects. Gunn was right to want to take the comic book genre back to the basics of well-structured screenwriting. So what he's done in the second DC outing, he's given us a comic book movie with the worst script I can remember.
Well, I mean, the lesbian Supergirl made him rock solid, so he did what he said.
I mean, could they have picked a more fugglier girl?
Oh, shit.
To play Supergirl? I mean, you're talking about Kryptonians here who are like supposed to be godlike. They're aliens, but they're supposed to be like beautiful and just like godlike creatures, and you picked a girl that looks like she has fetal alcohol syndrome. Like,
see, people say she looks like she's got Down syndrome.
Yes.
She looks like Mask, the one with Cher, and some of you may understand that reference, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know I'm right.
Yeah. That jaw, she's got that jaw that looks almost like monkey-like.
And what's crazy is they already had a Supergirl from like the television series, and she's beautiful.
Yeah, the character Kara is supposed to be like beautiful, and they picked the ugliest girl. Not to mention, is she ugly physically? She's ugly personality, saying all these things about American dads. Hey, sweetheart, did you know that a lot of the American dads probably would have taken their daughters to come see your movie, but now that you said all that shit, they ain't gonna spend the money to come see it. Great job, you just Rachel Ziegler'd yourself.
They could have made way more money if they just made a Lobo movie.
That's the thing that I've heard about the movie is that Lobo is the high spot in the entire movie itself. People have not been kind to this movie at all. That does not stop people from defending it. The White Knights have come out, and we've seen this wonderful tweet from Joe Russo, of all people. Joe Russo says, on behalf of all men, I'd like to apologize to Millie Alcock for my gender being the absolute worst to her. Sounds like you're super in this movie, girl. Can't wait.
She's not gonna fuck you, man.
Whenever a guy talks like that, stay as far away from them as humanly possible, because you can almost guarantee they're into some weird shit, and they're probably extraordinarily aggressive. Like that's a big red flag.
Yeah, that's like putting a sign on your van that says free candy.
Yep, bingo. Yep.
You're apologizing for your gender?
Can I just read that again really quick?
I just said stuff about her. I'm a woman. Like,
allow me. I just want to read this again really quick. Sounds like you're super in this movie, girl. Like he thought this guy thought he was cooking. He was like, man, I'm gonna take off my pants. She's gonna attack. She's gonna love what I'm throwing down right here. Man, that's crazy.
He is a pussy, so it makes kind of sense. She's a lesbian.
Good call. Thank you, Senny. Critical Drinker promptly roasted this guy in the best way possible. You tell him, champ, with the that's great. But you know what? Hey, this guy's doubled down, this Joe Russo guy. Listen to this tweet that came out just yesterday. Hey, F the critics. F the noise. F the misogynistic Snyder bros. Ugh. If it was James Gunn and the script crossed my desk, I'd make it too. This movie is super. All
right, is he trolling?
hey,
I don't know.
Is he fucking trolling?
How about just tell us you're gay without telling us you're gay? It's fine. You can be gay. Go love your Supergirl because you want to be Supergirl. Just be gay.
You know, our
So
body
June.
tells us, don't hurt ourselves. Like when things are super hot, we let go, right? So we can't ignore when the bodily noises. Like if your body says, hey, ouch, you listen. Well, you shouldn't ignore the noise of other people. If they say, hey, this fucking sucks, that's them saying it fucking sucks.
I think it's rage bait. Do you think this guy's really like committed to this, or is he? I think he's like trying to rage bait people to be like, dude, you're an idiot, so he gets attention and gets the clicks and the views and the engagement.
I think there's a 50-50 chance, right?
Okay.
That this guy
I
could
agree.
be a troll
I agree.
or a complete creep. Like,
Okay, this has 132,000 views over on X, which is worth about 7 cents. Let's just be real, right? So if he's doing this for money, he's doing it for the wrong reasons over here, right? So
wait, is that his picture? Why didn't he remove the cup?
that's a really good question.
I mean,
He's
you
like,
can clean that up on the iPhone.
well, he did ask the homeless guy who was sleeping on the bench to move, so that was really nice of him, which is good.
I imagine he sits on that bar. That's where when he sees an empty bench, he goes right for that.
And he goes, this bar is super girl.
That's as he's sliding across that bar. He's going, girl.
Girl. Well, I'll tell you what. This has led to a lot of people talking about this movie. And Disparu, friend of the show, been on the show multiple times, actually put together a really great thread of a lot of the reviews. And he's right. Listen, misogyny has gone way too far over here. Way too far. As you can see, Amelia Alcock takes charge in a dystopian superhero movie so flat, it's super horrendous over here. Owen, man, tweeting with that headline, ugh, ridiculous. Millie Alcock's surly Supergirl is such a drag. Once again, from Robbie over here, man, Supergirl review, 2 out of 5. Millie Alcock is the only good thing about this ugly, dispiriting superhero movie. That's from a girl, Clarice, right here. But the misogyny truly win. And
go
go
I
ahead.
thought they weren't allowed to assume gender.
It's a great point, and I appreciate that. Someone who also has had a hard-on for this movie, literally from the start, is someone who has had multiple crash outs over the year, the TDS-bitten AngryJoe. Now, I've talked about Joe many, many times. I've known Joe for a long time. Now, I haven't spoke to Joe in a good decade or so, and honestly, I just don't even know really like what Joe's deal is outside of that he's just kind of broken, but he has really gone after it. And he's been having this back and forth with obviously Critical Drinker, Gary from Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Disparu, calling them misogynistic and evil and bad people. And, they're all going after this because of the movie and women and because she said it was, the Supergirl was gay and all this stuff. Let's just not look past this part here. This was him talking about the movie. This is from Mr. Grizzy over here.
I am looking forward to it, and I hope it does well. Please go out and support it. Please go out and support it. Go out and support your boy, okay? You go out and watch the movie, you're supporting what your boy likes.
Is he benefiting from it somehow?
I don't understand this. Could you imagine? Like
Support
if
your
I,
boy.
You tied yourself to a corporation without even getting paid.
Yeah.
You absolute fucking pathetic, miserable fucktard. What a corporate fucking worthless shill. A disgust. Fucking disgusting. Good Lord, man. What happened to this guy? He used to be entertaining, funny. He was a guy who was a little bit against the grain at points. I really liked the guy. And now he's begging you to support a company that he has no financial ties to.
Correct.
For some crazy ideology he's stuck in his head.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, if you have to depend on like a streamer to say, please, please, please go see this movie, I'm definitely not going to see it because that tells me that the movie has no merit on its own.
Well, the idea that you need to go see this movie to support me, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine me like, listen, I really need you guys to go buy Call of Duty. I don't have any stake in the company. I don't own any stock in any of this. I don't know anybody who works on it, but I need you to buy Call of Duty to support me, right? That's kind of what he did with the S over there.
It's also like
It's man
it's sheeple mentality too, because you're like, go see this because I like it. You have to go see this because I'm so excited about it. Not like your own individual excitement means nothing. You have to go see it because I'm excited about it. Like,
well,
I'm
he's
sorry,
tying
no.
this. He's tying this because culturally, that's my guess, is he needs you to see this to try to beat out. He is somehow in his brain tied this to Trump supporters and that kind of manosphere. Craig, would you agree with me on that? Like, that's what this fully seems like.
100%.
Yeah, I don't think this is necessarily about him personally. It's like, we need to beat that group. You need to support me for that group. So he's tied himself to an ideology.
Yes, because person I don't like's opinion doesn't like the movie, I then have to love that movie.
That's so sad
like,
and pathetic.
yeah, how deranged is that? How deranged is that?
Yeah.
Until he actually saw the movie. And I did tweet this out the other day when I saw that clip, and it was, like, why is Joe Shilling in the movie? To, check notes, own the chuds. Like, that's where this is all at now, where you are so tied. And we've talked about that extensively here. But here's the thing. Joe then saw the movie, and he called it a flawed mess. And he realized the movie is bad.
Oh, no.
It's bad. And people didn't enjoy it over here. And you know what? He got called out for it in the comments, because for not liking the movie, he is now a misogynist right over here, as pointed out by
You know what
George.
I would say real quick, since he begged you to go see it, and for his sake, he should pay each and every one of you back. Every single one of them. Yeah.
I'm curious though, why the hell would you shill for a movie you hadn't even seen yet? You do that after you see the movie and like it.
Because it was never about the movie. It's all ideology. They're broken people.
And this right here says it. This is the most important stuff to this group of guys. What Millie says in passing to a gay interviewer on Pride Month, it really pisses them off. Get them to vote with their wallets. Not any actual important shit to vote against, like war, high food and gas prices, the looting and shitification of our country by the ultra wealthy. No, that stuff's okay. They support all that. But just this stuff, unacceptable. Boycott it. Distract the masses with culture wars. The whole ecosystem of this is why nothing ever changes. Plus, she's super ugly. Look at the comments in the thread. Lol, Jesus. Good job, guys. Make sure all interviews actors give match your own political sensibilities. The actual film be damn. Good or not, these guys will claim it's shit to avoid looking bad and pissing off their followers. Well, sigh. And once again, Joe calls it a flawed mess over here. So, what like, it's just what happens if this thing that you're hoping for is a massive success or is awesome actually sucks, right? You end up with egg on your face like Joe has. And I think that's the thing that people like Joe don't realize, is that when you see something like this, where you see a movie that is going to fail, that has failed, and you see somebody like Gary or Disparu or Critical Drinker talking about that, or us talking about games, we have a much better pulse of the audience than probably Joe does or anybody does, right? These, like, the prediction rate, like, we should probably work for Polymarket when it comes to these things, or any sort of prediction market, because we're like batting 90% when it comes to looking at something and seeing it and calling it and saying, hey, that's going to fail, and knowing it's going to fail, right? And that's exactly what's happening here. It's amazing to see that people like Joe give so little due or credence to someone like Drinker or Gary or whoever's thought process on this, because it's so tied to their ideology, which ultimately they can't see the forest from the trees when it comes to this stuff. And it's all built around support the giant corporation and this IP that I love, even though I'm not actually tied to it at all in any way, shape, or form, to own the chuds. And that's the saddest part about the whole thing. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at with entertainment. That's where we're at with society. And it's all about owning them chuds. And that's what leads to layoffs like we're seeing in the gaming space. So at least they own the chuds, but everyone lost their job because of it, It's sad, man. It's sad. And I'm with you, Phoenix. Like, what the hell happened to Joe? Did Trump really break him that much?
Yes. He broke everybody, and then they just keep a downward spiral into their insanity. And I'm hoping that they're like 20 years from now, when they look back at their lives, and in these cases, these are people on social media, you're going to be able to see it. and be so embarrassed of the zombie you became, where you're not even thinking rationally or soundly. You're just out of so much anger, you're just saying stupid shit. I hope they look back and go, boy, I sure was a silly goose. And that's the worst thing you can be.
I really think that's like high hoping. A lot of these people don't realize that they're being absurd. You know, it's lack of common sense lately. I don't know what's going on with it.
Joe did post on his review. This is a long diatribe. This is one of those like, hey, just I don't want to read all this, but we are going to read this because I think it is worth checking this out. Blabs, would you mind reading this in your best Blabs voice?
Okay, Angry Joe show on YouTube. To all Nerdrotic's fandom men is brigading here. We predicted Supergirl would have problems before its debut. We predicted it would likely fail at the box office multiple times in our trailer reactions. Go out and see Supergirl sad at the end of the video in which we said all these things beforehand because we want to see a Lobo film. I also said go out and see Superman 2025, a film so many of you hated with a passion y'all thought it was woke trash. LOL! I also said go out and support Black Adam, another bad film, because I wanted Henry to get another shot he deserved. My audience has the context of what go out and support a film means. They know our review is always on the way. With our brutally honest opinion, you don't. Unlike you grifters, we don't decide a film is worthless or a failure based on LGBT interviews before we see it. Can I just say he missed the rest of it and I find that offensive?
I agree. I'm very upset that Joe would forget the Q
Indigenous
plus.
people. All right, we judge in
spirits.
our final review. I do like these also capitalizing like his review, like that's the title. We don't care if an actress says she could go both ways, which is why I tweeted at your masters that shit doesn't matter. And they got butthurt to send you here about it. It's not even in the film. I was right. The LGBT interview hate, the mocking of Millie's appearance by online weirdos on X. Fuck all of that. Millie was right there too. Why do female-led hero films trigger Christian avatar dads on X post disgusting shit which these guys encourage about her appearance while they teach their daughters to do the opposite? It's weird shit. Yes, the film wasn't as good as we wanted. That's right. It doesn't justify any of the piece of shit behavior from those who have your attention. Why there's so many caveman thumbnails from Nerdrotic and his ilk on Millie when she's the least of the film's problems. We know why, and I'm so fucking glad we didn't turn out like that, and that we don't care to appeal to the lowest common denominator with that shit. We were raised different. And if you still don't like me calling out bullshit from your idols, tough, cry here from us more. It helps engagement.
Phoenix?
So you dug yourself 6 feet lower to get just so you wouldn't match their level. Like that's insane.
I'm tired, Craig. My whole take on this is just who gives a shit. Like I'm not going to give the take that anyone wants to hear. Right? There are some things that he's saying that I actually agree with. I hate that some people judge something before they've even seen it. I think you can put out warning signs. I think you can say, boy, there's some red flags here. Yada, 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 but certainly don't make the final call before you've actually seen the thing. Or you just say, listen, these red flags, I don't want to see it. I choose not to see it. And then you see what happens. Fine. That all said, I cannot stand taking a corporation and moving this into your religious ideology as like you've got to white knight for it and that this is somehow part of your team and where we're going with it. And like, that's the stuff that's so pathetic and alarming to me that we are now like siding with the corporations. Back in the day, it was always down with the corporations. At least that was my group. It's just like, fuck the corporation. They don't have your interest at heart. If they could sell you out for a penny, they 100% would. So to have like some own here that you're trying to make the corporations more money because that ties to your ideology is pathetic and extremely concerning. Extremely concerning. And that, by the way, is one of the things that can help lead to things like Marxism, communism, things like that. It's terrifying.
We double down on the American dad thing, or Christian dads. And so, again, this is me coming back to the fact that let's be frank, the girl is unattractive, okay? It's unfortunate for her. Whatever.
I'm sorry,
but
you're so misogynistic by saying that. It's ridiculous.
I know. I'm sorry. Not sorry. But anyway, it's unfortunate for her, you know, whatever. You can't change it. But it's also unfortunate for us that, you know, many people probably were anticipating and very excited about a Supergirl movie. I could imagine probably being a little girl and wanting to go see a Supergirl movie and wanting my dad to take me to see it and be excited and look up at the screen and be like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. You don't have that with this movie. And plus she's got a loud mouth saying really obnoxious things about dads. I really want to drive that home because this movie comes out, shortly after Father's Day. Now you're berating Christians. You're belittling Christians who love to spend quality time with their kids, especially. Yeah, I'm a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl. So that just really bothers me that she's attacking the dads that would probably have loved to take their little kid to go see this movie. Just shut up about the dad thing. And then this guy doubles down on it, attacking Christian dads. And it was like, you just sound like a moron, my guy.
The thing that I just don't quite understand about this is that what he's doing is he's saying, hey, all these people have made decisions about this movie before it comes out. And he's saying that, hey, we have not made a decision about this movie before it comes out, despite him making a decision to tell his audience to go watch this movie before it comes out. So he has absolutely made a decision about this movie. So he, in this situation, is the pot calling the kettle black. It's the same form of, he is the thing that he is accusing the others of being in this situation. So
I know that we're not supposed to judge before we actually see it, but the thing is, though, is that it's pattern recognition. Like, once again, we're back to pattern recognition. And also, we have to rely on pattern recognition because we keep getting gaslit by these stupid corpos and people like AngryJoe that we have to rely on that. Because if we don't, we're gonna spend our precious few bucks that we have that we're squirreling away for small events like this to spend with our families and wasting it for terrible messaging against families, being told that, that lesbians are way more important than a man. And it's tiresome. I don't want to give them my money. And so it's just, I understand the quote unquote chuds and why they rate it like poorly. I haven't seen this movie. I will not give them a dime. So it's like, I don't know. I'm so tired of this stupid corpo, can do no wrong bullshit. LGBT stuff is important. No, it's not. They're just people. Who the fuck cares?
Not to mention the spin that James Gunn is trying to put on the DC universe. Like, A for effort, I guess, but, F for execution. Because speaking for myself, when I think Superman, I think epic. I think he's the strongest superhero on the planet. My mind just automatically goes to epic. It doesn't go to comedy and silly and cartoonish visuals. It goes to I want to see the Man of Steel. I don't want to see this comedic spin on all these superhero movies. Sure, inject some comedy in there to get a laugh. It's all odd to me, this direction that they're going. Is because the Zack Snyder films were great. And then they started adding all these other additions to the DC universe and it just kind of went downhill real quick. And so he's like, I'm going to come save the day. You have yet to do that, my friend.
Yeah, in fact, he relies on others for it. Like, they demasculate the men so fucking heavily, it's insane.
hit that subscribe button right here and watch another video right here.